Every year at Convocation, it's special for a number of reasons. It's special because you're going to graduate. It's special because your parents are with you. Another reason that Convocation is special is that UBC on these days honors special individuals who will graduate with you. And the reason for it is we identify individuals that, by the opinion of the university community, have fit the criteria of excellence and eminence in their chosen field. In a way, they epitomize fast-forwarding your life into the future. Because here you are, at this moment, imagining your future. The people that we honor with honorary degrees are individuals who have lived a little bit longer than you. And it's amazing. I think many of them are amazed with what's happened in their lives. So in honoring them, we let you look into the future, to look forward to those new firsts that will make you into someone distinguished, extraordinary, and having an impact on the world like they have. William Carpentier exemplifies these characteristics, and I invite him now to step forward to receive his honorary degree together with you on this graduation day. Let's hear it for William. Mr. Chancellor, UBC alumnus, Dr. William Carpentier is a distinguished medical researcher who is best known for his extraordinary contributions to the field of space life sciences. Born on Vancouver Island, he graduated from the University of British Columbia's Faculty of Medicine in 1961, and while at university obtained his recreational pilot's license. And with a keen interest in aviation, he moved to Ohio to pursue additional studies in aviation medicine at The Ohio State University. Go Buckeyes. He was selected as a flight surgeon trainee by the U.S. National Aeronautics and Space Administration in 1965 and was made a staff flight surgeon later that year, responsible for the health and welfare of astronauts. At that time, operational space medicine was a new field, and research about the effects of microgravity on humans was limited. Dr. Carpentier thought the clinical tests and evaluations being developed for NASA's Apollo mission were insufficient. He therefore requested that comprehensive quantitative biomedical measurements be taken to ensure the welfare of astronauts to gain a better understanding of human health in weightlessness. The combination of his scientific expertise and commitment to the safety of crew members resulted in him serving as a flight surgeon for several history-making NASA missions, including Apollo 11, the first manned lunar landing. When Apollo program ended, he joined the nuclear medicine division at Scott and White Healthcare in Texas, where he contributed to important advancements in radiology, diagnostics, and cancer treatment. He returned to NASA in 2003, where he is again working with research colleagues to study changes in the cardiovascular systems and microgravity and other measures aimed at the safety of future astronauts, maybe one of you. Mr. Chancellor, in recognition of extraordinary and historic achievements in medicine and space life science, I ask you to confer the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa, upon William Raymond Carpentier.
By the authority of the Okanagan Senate of this university, I confer upon you, William Raymond Carpentier, the title and degree Doctor of Science, honoris causa.
think I can call you now Dr. Carpentier. I just wanted to say a couple of things. One is, I don't know if you know, but prior to coming to UBC, I was also in Ohio. I was the president of the University of Cincinnati. And you may know that one of the astronauts who you probably helped take care of, Neil Armstrong, after Apollo 11, the program concluded, he became a professor of engineering at the University of Cincinnati. You probably know that. And so really, for me, it's remarkable to be on the same platform with you. And that must have been a truly remarkable experience for you to be involved in that historic mission. Now, graduates, or soon-to-be graduates, please welcome your fellow graduate, Dr. Carpentier, to say a few words to you.
Mr. Chancellor, Professor Ono, Professor Buzzard, honored guests and graduates, and ladies and gentlemen. I would just like to express my sincere thanks to the University of British Columbia, Okanagan for this honorary degree. And although I've spent most of my professional life in Texas, I grew up on Vancouver Island. I received my college and university education at Victoria College and at UBC. And even after all those years away, when I come back to British Columbia, I still have the feeling of coming home. So receiving this honorary degree is very meaningful to me. Now, it was during my last semester in medical school in April 1961, the Soviet Union launched a spacecraft with Yuri Gagarin on board to become the first man in space. And this event was proclaimed as 108 minutes that changed the world. And in May of 1961, President Kennedy announced the United States' goal of sending men to the moon and returning them safely to Earth by the end of the decade. So these two events certainly changed my world. The space race was on. And it was about the same time that I discovered that Ohio State University had a civilian training program, a residency program in aviation medicine. I applied and was accepted. Now, part of that training involved a rotation in space medicine at the Manned Spacecraft Center in Houston. And this was during the Gemini program. But it was during that rotation, because I had training as a competitive swimmer and scuba diving training, I became involved in working with the NASA recovery team and the U.S. Navy underwater demolition team Frogmen in recovering astronauts after their return from space and their splashdown into the ocean. I was then offered a full-time job as an operational flight surgeon, and this led to my conducting medical evaluations during the Gemini program, both pre-flight and post-flight, and this, of course, led to doing medical evaluations for the Apollo program. And during that rotation, I was assigned as a crew flight surgeon for Apollo 11. As it was said, it is the first manned lunar landing mission. I felt very unfortunate to be involved in what has been described as the greatest adventure and the greatest peacetime technological achievement of the 20th century. I felt that I was very lucky. I was at the right place at the right time. But it was pointed out to me by one of the Apollo astronauts that being at the right place at the right time doesn't mean very much if you don't have the right training and the right skills. Now, as I've grown older, I have been asked, if I could live my life over again, what would I do differently? And I can honestly say, I would do nothing differently. I would have the same life, the same career. I would marry the same woman. I would have the same sons. I also have been asked, what advice could I pass on to the younger generation? And the only advice I can give is never pass up an opportunity to learn anything new. Every fact that I have ever learned, every skill that I have ever acquired, I have used to help me solve problems throughout my life. Now, I would like to pass on what I feel is an important legacy of the early space program. and this deserves to be remembered this year during the 50th anniversary of Apollo 11. The photographs taken of the Earth from space have caused people of the world to view the planet in a new way. The poet Archibald MacLeish wrote, "To see the Earth as it truly is, small and blue and beautiful in the eternal silence where it floats, is to see ourselves as riders on that Earth together." And Stephen Hawking wrote in his last book, "When we see the Earth from space, we see ourselves as a whole. We see unity, not divisions. It is such a simple image with a compelling message. One planet, one human race." And in closing, I would just like to say that I have many fond memories of the time that I spent at UBC. And my parting wish to the graduates is that 60 years from now, when you look back on your time at UBC, you also will have fond memories. I thank you.